Hello and welcome to another episode of Life Talks with Fawole. We have the voice behind the camera, the wizard, and we have the babyface assassin, opera singer, doctor. He's a delightful soul. He's an internet sensation. He's a blessing to the nation. Doc Opera or Alex Alderan in the studio, in the flesh. Come on.
Man,
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. What a guy.
Oh, yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming, Alex. It's it is a pleasure. Like there's one thing about you which you might not know, but I'm gonna bring it out on camera right now.
All right.
And the audience at home can see. Look at this guy's face. When he smiles, he makes me smile. He's got one of them faces and like, you know, I don't know, some people have got hard faces, some people got what they call resting bitch face or whatever. But when I talk to you, like, it's genuine energy. I can't help but smile and just
mate, I feel the same way.
Yeah, I'd come around and hug you, I can't do that. But I bet you used to get like squeezing your cheeks as a kid and all that. It's got one of them faces, isn't it? You still do, you just got one of them faces.
32 and people still like to squeeze my cheeks.
32?
What?
You don't even look that old.
No way.
He doesn't, does he?
At all.
Hence why I call him a babyface assassin. That's why that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. Alex, tell me about you. I mean, we're gonna go in, we're gonna go out. You're an opera singer, you're a doctor. I want to know about your origins. We're gonna build your pyramid here on Life Talks. We want to know about your life.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, where are you from?
Right. Well, I was born in Kingston, UK, not Jamaica.
Yeah.
And my mum was from Norway.
Okay.
And she was a violinist.
Okay.
She died a few years ago, unfortunately.
I'm sorry to hear that. Rest in
but
peace.
She was obviously a huge inspiration for me.
Yeah.
Musically, always grew up. I've got two brothers, and we just grew up with a lot of music in the house.
Okay. Where were you in the hierarchy?
I'm the oldest.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Definitely not the best musician, but I mean, I'm the oldest.
Okay, so all three of you musicians?
Yeah, now we're all musicians.
Wow.
Yeah, which is funny because I mean, basically, our parents were just like they always said, you know, whatever you do, don't become a professional musician because it's a nightmare. And now we're all professional musicians.
Nice.
So that was obviously like reverse psychology that worked really well. So I was born there, and then my dad is a surgeon. He's an ear surgeon.
Okay, wow.
ENT, and we moved up to Newcastle for his job.
Yeah.
And I lived there for the first 6 years of my life, really, and then we came back down south again, and lived around various places in Buckinghamshire. Mm-hmm. And then I mean, growing up, I was always just really interested in everything. Did a bit of everything. Loved my sport, and I was in some rock bands and like choirs, and I played the cello.
Okay. Do you still play?
Pretty seriously. No, I don't play anymore because my partner, my fiance Maddie, is a cellist, and she has now stolen my cello. So I don't get to play it anymore.
She never stole it. You gave it to her.
Oh well, yeah, you could call it that.
You
but I mean, whatever you want to call it, I'm not allowed to play it anymore.
Oh wow. Sorry, her name again?
Maddie.
Maddie. Hey Maddie.
Hey Maddie.
How many instruments do you play?
Well, I mean, I dabble in quite a lot. I play a bit of piano, cello. I used to play seriously. I mean, I'm pretty rusty now. Play guitar, and sing. That's my way. That's basically it.
Do you know that, like, when he was coming, like when we was arranging for this interview, I said to him, "Just come along." He said, "Yeah, I'm coming along." I said, "Oh, please bring your instrument." He goes, "Yeah, I'll bring my instrument." And he said it to me, and I was like, because I'm not a musician or whatever, I'm like, yeah. He goes, "I'm the instrument."
When I arrived, he was like, "Did you bring your instrument?" I was like, "Yeah."
I was like, "Oh, sorry. I had to apologise."
It's very portable. It's a very convenient instrument to play.
Come on, I think it's one of the best.
You've always got it on you, even though I've got to say that as a blessing and a curse, because you're just like, you know, as a singer, it's easy to be constantly stressed about like, oh, how's my voice doing? You know what I mean?
You got to take care of it.
People get really neurotic about it. I try not to, but it's not always easy.
I've learned about that on being obviously acting, but being on set or on shows with singers.
Yeah.
And then behind the scenes, they've got like the hot water with lemon. The serious ones, hot water with lemon.
Yeah.
When they wear a scarf to protect their neck. Yeah. Like when they're coming, when it's cold outside. But the serious people, unserious people, be smoking, drinking. Yeah. They're all sorts of eating chocolate. They wouldn't eat chocolate before they went on stage as well.
I don't go in for that.
Yeah, why?
That's rubbish.
Oh, well, you think it's rubbish? Yeah, why?
I do whatever I want. But I mean, it's just, everyone's got different things, you know, everyone's different. I mean, but quite a lot of people have their sort of weird superstitions and stuff. They're like, oh no, I can't have any lactose or anything or whatever. But I mean, I don't want to live my life like that.
Yeah.
That's
You
just
know?
probably because you can't sing anyway, really.
Exactly, right? It's just an excuse for being rubbish at singing.
So your brothers, 2 brothers, yeah?
Yeah.
Your brothers, what because you're an opera singer.
Yeah.
And apart from other playing musical instruments, what kind of musical influence are they into?
So they're both classical musicians
Okay.
as well. One plays violin.
Okay.
And one plays clarinet.
Wow.
Yeah, so Benji, he's the clarinetist. Sorry,
How old?
Ben, I should call him. I call him Benji. No one else calls him Benji.
Yo, brother Benji.
Benji.
Holla back. Come on, we love you, bro.
He lives in Norway, actually. So
Okay,
he's
wow.
He's gone back to the motherland.
Nice.
And he's playing his clarinet over there.
Nice.
And yeah, absolutely loving it. And then Tom, he's based in Stratford. And,
Okay. So he's close by.
Yeah, he's nearby. So I see him quite a lot.
Okay.
Which is good. Yeah, and sometimes we even do concerts together. I mean, not as often as I'd like, but that's always really special.
Have you got some online that we can check out? That'd be good.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a little bit old, but I mean, there's probably some stuff.
Got loads of online.
Nah, this guy, right, I didn't know. I worked with him, I didn't know. We sat down, I sit across the table from me, he said hello, I said hello. He said, what's going on? You got anything out there? He goes, yeah, actually, I'm an internet sensation. I went viral one day, I was just singing in the hospital, as you do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we went around, I think, what was it, 1 point something million, but it's just a few people, Twitter here and there. And then you got a nickname. What was your nickname do you got?
It was Dr. Opera.
Dr. Opera.
Oh, that sounds cool.
That's what they called me. Yeah, it's a good nickname now, isn't it? I said it was on a BBC news article, and as soon as that came up, my mates were just like, "That's it, mate. That's your name.
That's your nickname.
That needs to be your Twitter handle."
Yeah.
Instagram and everything.
Wait around, what did you sing?
I sang Nessun Dorma on that particular occasion.
Little snippet?
What now?
Why not?
All right. Nessun dorma, nessun dorma, tu pure, o principessa, nella tua fredda stanza, guardi le stelle che tremano d'amore e di speranza. Ma il mio mistero è chiuso in me, il nome mio nessun saprà, no, sulla tua bocca dirò quando la luce splenderà.
Wow. Bomba clock, wow.
I feel like I just won the cup, you know?
Mate, there's so much in there. Thank you.
No, my pleasure.
How does that make you feel? 'Cause I want to tell you how that makes me feel. And everyone else, I think it's an individual thing. But when you're hitting those notes and when you've got that energy coming out of you, because singing is such a beautiful thing, like dancing and every other art. How does that make you feel? Because it's just like, to be able to do that as well, it was amazing, bro.
Do you mind if I ask, how did you learn?
How did I learn?
How did you learn how to sing like that as well?
Well, as I said, I sort of always grew up with a lot of music, so I had a good sort of foundation, and I always sang, but never like very seriously. Just kind of tried my hand at all sorts of different styles and stuff. And then I hadn't actually got to that bit, but I went to medical school.
Yeah, we'll get there. We
we'll
can
get
digress.
there.
We go back and forth, man. Because you're doc up anyway.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I went to medical school because I sort of thought that would be a good thing to do. You know, I was thinking music. It's a tough career.
Yeah.
And then halfway through medical school, I just auditioned for a scholarship for some singing lessons because I thought, I'll have a go at that.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see if I can take that a bit more seriously. And my teacher in my first lesson just said, "Mate, you need to quit medicine today and be an opera singer.
Come over to the light side."
And I was just like, "That is awful advice." Terrible advice. But it got me thinking, and then not long after that, I tried my first bit of actually performing opera, just in like a concert, and yeah, I just never felt more alive, you know. It was just like electrical, really, really exciting. And then suddenly I started to think like, wow, man, maybe this is what I have to do.
Your purpose. Yeah.
And I was thinking, my whole life people have been telling me to be quiet.
Yeah. Trying to subdue you or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, and in this job, like the louder you are, the better.
Yeah. Nice.
And you get to just be a total egomaniac. You get to be on the stage. If you love attention, it's the job for you.
Yeah.
And there's loads of other cool things about it, like you sing in 6 different languages plus.
Yeah.
So you suddenly got an excuse.
Whoa. You can speak. How many languages do you speak?
I can speak 5.
My man,
I'm working on my 6th.
My man, like you're going on like, oh my goodness, that's why I call you babyface assassin. You got 5 languages. You're a doctor and you're an opera singer. You're not playing. And you're smiling. No wonder he smiles like that. It all makes sense now. That's cool. What languages do you speak, Al?
Well, so I got Norwegian for free because my mum was from
of course.
And then at school I learned a bit of French and Spanish.
Okay.
Like
basic stuff.
Like most people do, yeah, basics. And then when I was in my first summer of uni, I went to Peru and Bolivia and did a bit of work out there.
So you learned more Spanish.
Then I built my Spanish, and then a few years later I went to Cuba for a few months. And got my Spanish a lot better. And
of course.
Cuba's just the best place on
That's
earth.
También, yeah? Sí.
Increíble.
Increíble.
Me gusta mucho el Cuba.
Sí.
Yeah, I mean the cultural scene there is
For a second, I do know what you said as well, guys. So.
Unreal, yeah.
I
can tell the accent.
Thank you, muchas gracias, hermano.
Sí, tú puedes hablar español.
Muchas gracias. Un poquito español, desgraciadamente.
¿Por qué?
Bonita, señoritas, bonita language. I just think it's beautiful to learn other stuff.
Yeah.
And I think when I look at certain Spanish people, they speak with very, very rapido. If I could do that now, I'd another facet. And it's also understanding and respecting another country. Cause I speak 5 or 6 bits of other languages. Nothing fluent, but I can communicate. But I think it's a way to break the ice with the barriers. We have barriers as people all the time, like black, white, age, language barriers. If you can talk to anyone, which I like to be able to do, it's good. And knowing someone's language, it automatically breaks down certain stereotypes. You're like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
You was waiting to put that in, wasn't you?
And even if you speak just a little bit of theirs and they speak a little bit of yours, it's like a gesture, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're saying that actually, you know what? I give a shit. I've had a go. I'm making an effort to try and actually communicate to you.
Exactly. And it breaks the ice so well, and then we can actually have a communication. We can actually communicate as human beings.
Yeah.
Opposed to like people from different nations.
We're spoiled being English. Do you know what I mean? We're quite spoiled being English.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because like traveling, like people kind of know English everywhere.
Yeah.
So it kind of like you realise that how much that kind of puts you in a place where you don't like people from other places. They learn other languages.
Yeah.
Just like
They learn English. A lot of other nations learn English very quickly.
But because everyone knows English, we're just so lazy.
I think we miss out because of that as well. Because all our films are in English. We don't expect. Whereas pretty much every other country in the world, they're watching films in other languages, growing up. They're getting immersed in other languages all the time.
Yeah. Absorbing it.
And I think and it gives you a totally different perspective as well. Like every time you learn another language, you're learning another culture, and you're getting inside a different way of thinking as well. When you express yourself in a different way, you think differently as well.
Totally.
So yeah, I love it.
So going back to where we started, like you've got these 5 languages that you can sing in and stuff. Yeah. Your favourite language to sing in?
Oh, Italian.
Italian, why?
Easy. Well, Italian is just the best singing language. It's perfect. It's like, actually learning to speak Italian really helps your singing.
Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto e niente in ordine. You know what I said?
Yeah, everything's all right.
Look, everything's good, but nothing's okay.
But nothing.
So tutto a posto e niente in ordine. Everything's good, but nothing's okay. It's about the extent of my Italian. I know a few words and some hand gestures, but it's a beautiful saying. It's a very beautiful saying.
They've got a lot of them.
Yeah, they hit you. Sorry, go on.
Oh yeah, no, but So the thing about Italian is, so as English people, if you're trying to learn to sing opera, it's you start at a bit of a disadvantage. Because the way most people tend to speak, particularly guys who are from England, of my sort of generation, they're also like, "Yeah, all right, mate, how's it going? Yeah, good to see you." Yeah. And we're really polite and a bit sort of, we're not very a bit introverted. So you're like, "Oh, terribly sorry, I'm working." after you, sorry. You know,
Yeah.
and actually, when you speak that way, in that kind of introverted way, the voice doesn't resonate. You know, and it causes quite a lot of tension. And then when you need to be able to project and sing big, it's quite difficult. Whereas Italians, you know, I mean, what's the stereotype? You know, a tourist bus of Italian tourists go by and it's like deafening. They're like, "Hey, va bene, Marcello, che fai?" You know, and they're not shouting. It sounds like they're shouting to us, but they're not.
Yeah.
You know, they're just speaking Italian, but they're
passionately.
It's because they are emotionally open and they're extrovert, and the sound just like pours out of them. It's the same with kids, you know. When you hear kids in the playground, you know, they're deafening. Yeah. And you can hear their voices like 100 meters away. Yeah. Because they're not inhibited.
Yeah.
They haven't learned that kind of inhibition.
Yeah.
So like for me, learning to speak Italian and learning to kind of be more Italian is absolutely crucial to learning to be an opera singer. And that's why there are so many great Italian opera singers. Yeah. Because they've got a head start. Yeah. You know, when you talk like that, when you talk like that.
Let it all out. Let's have it, basically.
Exactly. When you're talking that, exactly. Yeah. When you talk like that, it's a very small jump to singing opera, basically. So yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that you said that both of your parents were in, well, your dad was a ear surgeon. Yeah. And your mum was she was into music.
Violinist.
Yeah. Violinist.
Yeah.
So you being a doctor and opera singer works beautifully, but the fact that you actually went into both careers and everything, it's a testimony to your parents as well, and the home life you had. Yeah. Your brothers. What do they have one foot in medicine as well, or they solely?
No. They got away with it. They just did the fun.
What do you mean got away with it? You're blessed.
That was part of the reason I wanted to quit medicine. Actually, it was because I was like, you know, I was a couple of years into my medical degree, and then I got into opera, and I was like, oh yeah, it got me thinking. I was like, maybe this is what I want to do. And then my brother, who was a couple of years younger than me, he'd said, he's really academic, he could do anything he wants, but he'd said, like, you know what, I want to be a violinist. Yeah. And my parents were furious for like a week. and then they were like, you know, well, obviously we'll support you in whatever you want to do. And I was just like, what?
What's happening there?
Why does he get to do the fun thing? Yeah. Well, I've got to do the serious job, and he just got to do it. And then, you know, so but I finished my medical degree, and the reason I did that was because I went, you know.
Well done, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a great time. I was at Birmingham Uni, and I really enjoyed it. And but yeah, I went and spoke to a load of opera singers after I'd sort of got the idea in my head that maybe that's what I wanted to do. And basically, they all said to me, like, you can't really. Most people don't really start an opera career until they're about 30 anyway. Because it just takes that amount of time for the voice to mature and grow, and like it's so they said, you know, you've got a bit of time anyway until you want to be getting seriously into opera, so finish your degree. Makes sense. Yeah. So I did that, and actually it was great because the med school gave me a load of time off, and I managed to do quite a lot of professional singing work alongside it, which was awesome. But then when I went and actually got my first job as a doctor,
which was what?
I did my foundation years. So you do 2 years of 6 different jobs, different
different departments.
Yeah. And I started at Newham Hospital.
Okay, where we both work together. Great place. Don't care what anyone else says. It's a great place. Great place. They've got us. Yep.
A lot of love for
and all the staff as well. You better recognise. Love you guys.
No, I got to say, like, staff at Newham are just the best people.
Really nice. No, they're really nice.
It's a challenging place to work, you know, and they've obviously been up against it the last couple of years. Yeah. But the morale there and the team spirit and the way everyone supports each other. Yeah. Just the sort of little act of kindness that people constantly are coming out with to each other and for the patients. It's incredible.
I've only been there 2 years. I met you, blessing to me, and there's a lot of other people there that I've met that are absolutely lovely people. And I mean, even in the respect that base people might look at it in a certain way, where I'm rubbish with doctors, surgeons, sorts of people that have achieved stuff in their life that were at certain levels in their life, but everyone's talking to each other like the same level, do you know what I mean? Which is what I like. Oh yeah. It's the familiarness, like a family kind of thing, and we work together. Yeah. I love that. I really like working there. There's the dark side of hospitals, as we all know, but I really like working there, man. So going back to your
so I started so I was doing that full time, and then for 2 years basically I had no time to do any singing because it was obviously full on. And I just thought, this is shit. and also like mates of mine who were doing full time singing, you know, they were starting to get really good. Yeah. And I was thinking, like, right, I'm gonna have to go for it now. Like, if I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna try and do it, I'm just gonna have to go and do it full time. Yeah. So I didn't apply for specialty training. I went for a place at the opera school at the Royal Academy of Music, and got a place there, which I was really, really chuffed by, because they only take 2 people, per and thousands of people apply.
Yeah.
We know and I got a place there. Huh?
We know you got the minerals, doc.
But so I went there for a few years, and 3 years I spent there, and it was a bit of a baptism of fire. I mean, it was a real intense learning process, and I definitely made some mistakes. And
what kind of things did they take you through there?
Well, so basically, the mad thing about opera is it's kind of everything. So you've got to be an actor, you've got to be a singer at pretty much the limit of what the human voice can do. I mean, it's like being a real vocal athlete. Yeah. Because you sing without a mic, in 5,000 seater arenas. I mean, it's so there's that, and then you've got to be able to look good on stage and move well on stage, and you've got to be doing it in 6 different languages. Yeah. So for me, it's perfect because I'm kind of interested in everything. And I'm greedy like that. Do you know what I mean? Like one thing is never going to be enough for me. Yeah. But this job is just it's everything.
It's not greed. You're driven. You're driven. And that's a good thing to be driven.
I see it as definitely being greedy.
Yeah. It's all right. You can label it what you want. I see it as being driven.
It's good greed.
A good greed. Yeah.
Well, mate, I just want to
desire for more.
I just want to try a bit of everything. Yeah. I can't. I'm not into being like a total specialist in one little area. I want to do everything, and so opera's ideal from that point of view. So you're getting drilled in your languages, the music side of things, all the different periods. I mean, opera history is 400 years, and it's all these different styles and genres throughout that, and just trying to find who you are as an artist. I mean, that's the difficult thing, I think, because you get all these people at a music college who have a lot of knowledge, and they'll be saying, oh yeah, you should sing this like this, and you should sing, and everyone's giving you different advice. But out of that, you have to eventually figure out, like, wait a minute, who am I? Who am I? And how do I want to do this? What am I going to bring to this art form that's different? And that's the challenge, I think.
That's the challenge of life, though, isn't it? Really?
That's the challenge of life. Yeah, exactly. And that's the other reason why. For me, the singing, I mean, the medicine as well, but the singing journey has been so powerful for me getting to know who I am, Like, you're, I guess it's probably the same working at anything.
Consistently.
Yeah, I mean, but just like, when you pursue something and you're trying to get a little bit better every day, you're going to come up against barriers, you're going to come up against your own limitations, which you then have to kind of find a way of
circumnavigate.
Circumnavigating, climbing over, smashing through, whatever. And every time you do that, you've learned something else about yourself, and you've got to know yourself better. It's that journey of self-discovery, I think, which I get, as you say, that's what life's all about.
So it is. That's what you're calling greed. That's what I'm calling being driven.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? You get to the wall, you're not sitting down. Some people sit down, and when they get to the wall, they start stressing about the wall and stuff. Other people, you'll find a way to get over.
I do that.
Of course, but still, you still want to get to the other side.
Yeah.
There's time for that, but you have to break through stuff.
I'd call it curiosity, I think, as well. And to be honest, and it's such a massive privilege to have the opportunity to pursue anything, I think, in the arts. I mean, it shouldn't be. It should be something that everybody gets the opportunity to do. But unfortunately, we don't. In our society, it's not like that, And I'm very, very fortunate that I've had all the opportunities that I've had.
Not everyone can sing like you, mate. Some people, you don't want to hear them singing. I'm sorry to those who can't sing, but the world is full of different people for a reason.
Yeah, that's true. I think everyone's got a voice, though. I believe that.
I do believe that too. But everyone might not have a voice that everyone wants to listen to. That's the only thing. I believe singing is good for the soul, and everyone should sing, enjoy yourself, be happy, and all that. But
that's fair. There's not everyone's going to want to pay to hear everyone sing. That's fair.
There's Shower singing and there's Alex singing, or Alan Chan. Let me drop that name as well. There's Alan Chan singing. We like them kind of singers.
Do you sing other styles as well?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I sing anything really.
What's anything? You could get him. Get him. Get him.
Do you know that?
He's gonna get you. He's gonna get.
Because your voice is so strong. It just would be nice to hear him sing something that it wouldn't be like he can sing opera effortlessly. So I'm sure anything he could sing. So what
you're like a fox, you look so mischievous, What
other things do you sing? Yeah. It's because the mic's low today.
No, your facial expressions, man. I just saw a different character in you, but no, you.
It's good. It's amazing. What kind of things would you sing if it wasn't opera?
Well, I mean,
you enjoy
to be honest, as a kid, I mean, what I grew up listening to was soul music mostly.
You're going to have to hit us with something, you know. You must have something.
Don't know what I want to do in public.
Come on, don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah, everyone can sing.
Do you want to? I didn't say everyone can sing every style. Yeah. All right, this is a song I'm sure you all know. It's one that I love.
Go for it.
When the night is young and the land is dark and the moon is the only light you'll see.
My thing's off, you can't.
No, I won't.
Oh!
Be afraid. No, I will not shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. Oh, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me.
Alex!
Oh, stand by
me. Stand by me. Hey! Give me some. Yeah, give me some. Lovely energy in the studio. I like that.
I love soul, but I'm a mediocre soul singer.
Nah,
that's what I'm
that's really good.
For me, like what we said, like what you said just now.
Yeah.
Like singing is good for you. It's good for the soul. Everyone can sing. Everyone should sing, whether they think they sound good or not. So it's that. The happiness that gives you, that just the vibe in the studio changed for a minute. You gotta do it. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, mate, and that is what's incredible about the human voice, isn't it? I mean, like just like that, you totally change the atmosphere in the room.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you got so many options. I mean, you can create anything, like any emotion, any feeling, any kind of like any vibe. The human voice has got that in there.
Yeah, so sadness, happiness. You mean the languages?
Yeah.
Do you speak German?
Well. You may well ask.
I just did.
Yeah, you did. Good question. Yeah, I started
because I know operas. There's a lot of German operas. That's why. I was.
So German is the one language that I've been pretty lazy about.
Okay.
But I started learning it when I had COVID, like a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm getting on with it.
Good.
The reason I've been lazy is because every time I've told people that I speak Norwegian. They're like, oh, you'll find German really easy. Yeah. So I just didn't bother to learn it.
But I've heard German's an easy language. German's one of the easiest languages to learn. One of the easier languages to learn. But maybe that's the person who's learning it. I don't know. What do you think?
I think all languages have their different challenges, and it depends obviously where you're coming from and what languages you already speak and stuff. But I'm really enjoying it, actually. And I've been singing in German for a long time, and obviously I just write a word for word translation about what's all this? But you want some German?
Yeah, you're gonna sing in German. Yeah, you caught up with me then.
But it's only now. Yeah, even just having been learning it for a few weeks, suddenly it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
I feel a bit more legit when I'm singing in German now. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, actually, I feel like I speak German. Like I know what I'm singing about.
Too legit to quit. I'm gonna have to press you for some German singing now, sir.
You want some German singing?
Please, sir.
Oh my god! All right.
Yes, sir.
This is a beautiful song. Actually, it's called "Dein ist mein ganzes Herz."
Wow! Say that again.
Dein ist mein ganzes Herz.
Dein ist mein ganzes Herz.
Yeah.
That just sounds different.
Yeah. What does it mean? Means you are my whole heart.
Say it again.
Dein ist mein ganzes Herz.
Nice. All right,
it's pretty sexy language, isn't it? Really.
Depends what kind of sex you're having.
I feel like there's a lot of sort of post-war prejudice against German in this language. In fact, actually, I sang this. I did a concert once in my girlfriend's home village, and I sang the most beautiful German song called Morgen, which is like it's just the most beautiful poem, and so one of the most beautiful songs I've written. And Maddie's grand Nen came up afterwards, and she was like, "Oh, I did enjoy it, but German's such an ugly language."
Oh wow! See, they just don't like it no more.
That must be so cool, though. Like when he's going to his girlfriend's family house, he knows how he's gonna win them over.
Come on, village, now. Went to their village, now. Come on, where was that?
This village is in West Sussex. It's called West Hoathley. Yeah, it's a beautiful little place. Yeah. Proper village.
He knows where he's going.
Come on.
That he's a smile. Hi. They're not ready. They don't know what I'm about to pull out.
Oh, he's so polite. He's so good looking. Yeah. He's got that baby face. What a guy, Alex. Oh my god.
He's going to sing for us.
And he can sing. Oh wow. Alex, hit me with the.
Oh, you want to hear Dein ist mein ganzes Herz?
Please.
Okay, fine. Dein ist mein ganzes Herz, wo du nicht bist. ist, kann ich nicht sein. So wie die Blume welkt, wenn sie nicht küsst, der Sonnenschein. Dein ist mein schönstes Lied, weil es allein aus der Leber blüht. Sag mir noch einmal, mein einzig Lieb, oh, sag noch einmal mir, ich hab dich lieb.
I like that. Do you know?
I got a bit of phlegm there. That's
all right.
We powered through. We powered
we
through.
took that. We take that bit of the chachanda there.
Yeah, just edit that out. Yeah.
You know, like the reason I close my eyes and stuff to listen to you, and like to take away the visual and stuff. But you know, when you're hitting the high notes, and then again the soft notes, it's just there's different resonations. It's igniting different things. And you know, sometimes they say when the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, but there's different places where it was hitting, and then you go ah, and then that put me.
It's like it makes people emotional because for that.
Yeah. It invokes all the different side of things inside.
Things that can't hold back. Yeah. You know, like when you're at a funeral, or one of them quiet people. You're like, if she keeps singing, I'm gonna break down.
The voice behind the camera just said, you know, when the singing hits you, and then you're trying to hold back. You can't see him, but it's the music's getting you in all different places.
Yeah, you did it very well, man.
Yeah, well, you did. I'm mimicking you. I was mimicking you.
That is an excellent physical demonstration. That
Yeah.
You're right. It makes you feel things physically. You know, the body literally resonates. You know, your body as you're listening to it is vibrating with the sound, and that's what I love about opera. Like you can feel it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not it's not even something that you're thinking about intellectually, and you're like, oh yeah, this is very interesting. You're just like, whoa!
Yeah.
I'm having a physical response to it.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it.
And the whole thing, what you said made sense to me now about you having to be an actor and a singer and everything else on the stage and knowing how to do all of those things in one. Yeah. It's so much more than like, and it's just like with a lot of things, people look at it and they don't realise how much like moving parts are behind it, how much things you have to do to go into that finished product, or being able to deliver those lines, that music at that level consistently, maybe 2 shows in a night. Do you know what I mean? Like a matinee, it's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
And you know, and to keep that level as well.
The mad thing is that like when you're really doing your job well, it should just seem effortless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is the thing, when you watch a real class opera singer, you're just like, they're not doing anything.
To be fair.
They look like they're just talking,
you
know? And actually, it's funny, I used to get offended actually when people, a little bit, if people came up to me and said like, oh, you've just got such a great voice, like lucky you.
Yeah.
And I was like, 10 years of work, mate.
Yeah.
It's not. This isn't an accident. I didn't just like roll out of bed and just be able to
like this. Yeah.
You know, but actually, now I take that as a massive compliment, because actually, what that means is that to them it looks so natural.
Yeah.
That it looks like you're not even doing it. It looks like the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And you might not get all the credit for the work that you put in that your ego would like to receive.
That's the key right there, what you just said.
But actually, like that's the highest compliment, I think.
Yeah.
When people are just like, you know, it just seems like a gift.
Yeah.
It's I think of it as a bit like a magic trick as well, actually. Do you know what I mean? Like when someone does a magic trick, it just blows your mind.
100%.
And you're just like, you can't even, your brain can't compute what has happened.
Yeah.
Actually, what's happened is some loser has spent 100 hours like practicing some like weird hand trick.
Some dedicated person.
Or just to make you go like, whoa, for like 2 seconds. Some dedicated person. Loser, I mean, obviously not. But that's what it is. It's like all that work is hidden.
Yeah.
You know, and actually when you're in a great performer, they don't even know about it. That's the magic of it.
Yeah.
It's not visible.
I think that's so beautiful and poignant what you said, because across the board today, in social media, whatever you want to say, some people have grabbed the phone to think, okay, I could do that, and they start doing that, and then they realise no, they can't do that because their videos ain't getting no views or what, so on and so forth. They're looking at actors, singers, dancers, footballers, whatever,
Yeah.
and just thinking because it looks so effortless. Say that, please. Effortless. Yeah, I can't say it. They can do it, but it's not that easy. A lot of time and dedication. Also, some people have to have the raw talent as well. Has to be polished. So it's not as simple as that.
I think the thing is like this leads me on to something actually, but like generally we don't like to hear the narrative of like this person's put in a decade of hard work and now they're good at what they do. Like people would much rather hear the narrative of like, oh, this guy just works in Carphone Warehouse and like just happens to be able to sing like Pavarotti. You know?
They like that kind of stuff, like from zero to hero.
It's particularly relevant actually because you're gonna love this, mate. In order to be here with you today, I just turned down an audition on Britain's Got Talent. I'm meant to be there right now.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Come on, don't worry. We got the talent in this studio, man.
You know what? I thought I'd rather come here.
I appreciate you.
You've got way more views than. No, actually, and that's kind of why I decided not to do it, actually, because the way that whole show operates.
I was gonna say that you're way bigger than that, bro.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Thank you.
You know what people have a problem with you as well is that
excuse me.
Sometimes like you'll have to not. I know you probably find this that you have to do this sometimes. You can't tell everybody all of your talents. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you're multi-talented. So a lot of people would feel intimidated by that. Plus, you've got a look. You kind of look famous. You know what I'm saying? You look like someone I've seen before. You think like, this guy I've seen him on TV before. Do you get what I'm saying? So all that stuff. It's like if you didn't have the look, or if you didn't have, you get what I'm saying? People are able to commend you for one of your things, but because they look like, well, you can sing like that, and you're a doctor or whatever. You know what I mean? No lie, bro. You know what I mean?
You don't get respect on my name.
Yeah, it's just so much things. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like people find it hard to take on people with multiple talents. Because it's just like, oh, whatever, they just...
It's a bit envy kind of thing. Why can he do that and I can't do that? Like, literally,
makes it feel
like, I don't feel this way, but now, from what I've heard from you today, it'd be like, look, you're 32, you're fucking good looking, no homo, look, smiling, you speak 5 fucking languages, you got a nice bird, her family love you. You're out to dinner with her later. Like you've got a lot going for yourself, which is good, and everyone deserves the stuff. But,
so blessed.
So that's the perspective of what he's saying. Someone could look at it, why have you got all that? But
well, but I've got to say actually, and this is something that I feel like that personal journey that I've been going on, that's certainly the last 10 years. It's very much been It's very much been that I've realised just how lucky I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, I think probably everyone when they grow up at home, whatever privileges and stuff you're brought up with, obviously you take for granted because they're just there. You grow up with them; it's normal to you. But and actually something that I'm really grateful to medicine for is the fact that I've got to meet so many people from such different backgrounds to mine. And what I've learned, over the last 10 years is I'm so lucky. I'm so privileged. I've had such a privileged background. And I don't think I need to feel bad about that. I mean, I don't think anyone should feel guilty for whatever privileges they've been lucky enough to have. It's not like it's not your fault.
Yeah, of course.
But I see I do. I've had the opportunity to do all of these things in my life. I've been so lucky to have that.
Some people don't take the opportunity though. You do realise that, right? They could have all that stuff in front of them. There's
true.
examples
that's
that people
true.
Don't acknowledge it, don't take it with a full-hearted hand. But
course,
go on, sorry.
Of course, yeah. But I was just saying that growing up with so much music in the house, I'm so lucky to have had that. Music's always just been normal to me. It's just been like part of life. It's never been something that I've sort of consciously had to even get involved, get interested in. It's just part. It's always been part of my life. And that is such a gift, and I would love everyone to have that, I mean, it's impossible. I mean, not everyone can have a professional musician parent. But we should, I think, as a society, we should try our absolute best to give everyone a shot at that. That's not to say everyone needs to be a professional musician. Obviously not. They'd put me out of a job. It would be a nightmare. But everyone should get, as you were saying, everyone should get to sing. Everyone should get to
do
play an
creative.
instrument.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you've got to. You've got to. If you don't have a creative outlet in your life, it's not really living. I really believe that. I really believe that. It's such a massive part of what being human is about.
Exactly.
You, though, sorry to point, I have to let you know.
Yeah.
that your disposition is different to other people because you've got all these things going for him, but you're still very humble, you're still very approachable, you're still very nice.
What keeps you down to earth? Yeah.
Some people are not. They have all, no. Some people without the thing, and then we can ask him that question now. But without that, there's some arseholes out there. Oh, I'm good looking. Oh, I can speak 5 languages. Oh, I'm a doctor. I know there's a couple. Our hospital's nice, but there's 1 or 2 like. Oh, I'm a doctor, you know. Like there's no need to be like that.
No.
But somebody with all your attributes could end up like that, but you haven't been like that. So like the voice behind the camera said, what keeps you grounded?
What's kept you so? Because I can see you've got.
But for your energy is beautiful though.
Character,
My thing was a compliment. This is a question. So I'm saying you got beautiful fucking energy.
Oh,
I know it's nice. No, it's nice to feel. No, it's nice to be able to interact with you. Like when there's people who have everything and they're arseholes. They don't like arseholes, you know.
Well, mate, I gotta say though, I feel exactly the same way about you.
Thank you.
And that's what's brought us here today.
Thank
isn't
you.
It?
I appreciate
mean, we literally just been like passing each other in the corridors every now and then.
Yeah.
And we always have a great chat.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to sit down and have a proper chin wag and get into it. Because normally we're like, oh yeah, sorry, I've got to go. You know.
Give me some.
But it's. I mean, you give that out as well. You know, that just openness and that, and you invite people to share with you, and you share what's on your mind as well.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's nice to have. But like I said, I won't. He's good at it too. He's good at it too. But like I'm saying, I just look like they're all you got. If you, like, I swear to God, I'm sorry, I'm nice and everything, but I still have my narcissistic sides. If I could do that, I'd be like, hey, hold on a minute, Inshallah, or like, and wait for the girls to go, and throw their panties and everything. I'll be like, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you ain't seen them on the weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So yeah, sorry.
Well, mate, I mean, I've got to say that's what I was thinking when you were like, oh, how do you stay so humble? I was like, I'm not. It's a front.
Do you know what I mean by it is like, you know, like just meeting you, you don't come across like you don't like you said, you don't carry all of your achievements on your shoulder. I try not to do that myself when I go places, but just the way you are, like you just meet who you as a person, and just naturally you catch a good vibe from you. So like I said, I know that who you are and your character is not new. If you get what I'm saying, you haven't just become like this. You seem to have always had.
Well, I think I definitely, you know, when I left home, I was a lot more entitled. I think.
Let's talk about that. When did you leave home?
When I was 18, and when I went to uni then, and I think I'd grown up with a lot of privilege. I didn't really realise that. Yeah. I just sort of thought that was normal.
But there's another side to privilege. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're privileged in one way, but that same privilege makes you
disadvantaged
in certain areas. So you could argue. So I don't look at it like privilege is just a one-way thing.
No,
you do miss out on things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Coming out in a quote-unquote privileged world, because everyone has different privileges.
No, you're totally right, and actually, that's definitely how I see it. Like, you know, you were saying, like, you know, certain doctors maybe quite privileged, maybe think they're better than other people.
Yes, and it's no point. Just a slight kind of arrogance.
I get that. You know, as you say, like an arrogance, but actually, that's a wall, isn't it? You know.
Could be, yeah.
And as you say, that is then the problem with privilege, and you know, things like arrogance is actually you miss out.
Yeah.
You know, you then don't get to connect with people. Yeah. The people that you push away with your kind of wall of arrogance. And yeah, I think definitely. I mean, yeah, you asked. I mean, I think what's had a huge impact on my character over the last sort of 10 years or so. I mean, for one thing, it's my partner Maddie. I mean, she is so chill.
Big up Maddie again.
And so, Maggie.
Hey, Maddie.
Where'd you meet Maddie as well?
We actually met.
Just before you say that, can I just say something? You can go back to that, please. It's arrogance. It may not always be arrogance. My interpretation of someone being privileged could just be my interpretation. Yeah. They might just be in a certain way. I just want to just put that pin in that, and it's like sometimes
often it's insecurity, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the next thing I was going to say. Yeah. So they might be insecure, not know how to communicate. Yeah. So it's a miscommunication. So anyone out there, don't take it personally. It might be that. Let's get back to Maddie.
Yeah, no, mate, that's such a good point. But whether it's masking insecurity or whatever, it's still a barrier. It's something that actually limits people's lives and their like personal growth.
Yeah,
I think.
And if we as humans or we as individuals have the clarity to see that possibly is a barrier, then whoever at either side could make the attempts to try and think. That's how I behave. How I behave in the hospital. Yeah. So you can make your attempts to try and break that down, and consistency sometimes breaks that down. Because I've had people that I thought were like that, and after a week or two, and I've been saying hello to them every day, then then the ice is broken, and you realise they're the nicest people in the world. Like seriously, it's crazy.
And
so
maybe they were just shy, maybe they were insecure.
They didn't know how to take what you were saying, or they were just new to the place. I
think that's what's good about London as well. London's so diverse that we're kind of forced to be around so many different people as well. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of it gives you that space for change. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think you was asking how do you meet
Maddie?
Sorry. I remember your questions. I remember your questions. Come on.
Things about her. You know what I mean? We have to find the Maddie story.
Maddie.
So
we love you, Maddie.
Not
too much. Sorry.
Slow down.
Sorry, man. I'm not jealous. It's fine. You can admire.
I can admire, but don't look too long. My man.
Yeah, so we met actually on a music like course when I played cello, basically band camp.
I'm sorry. Was she eyeing your cello?
Sorry, was she eyeing my cello?
She eyeing your cello because she's got it now.
She was. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That was obviously it.
Cool cello, you know.
She was like, I like that guy's instrument. I want
it. We'll air this after 9 now, after Watershed. Okay.
There's no Watershed for innuendos. So we met there, and actually, she was 15 at the time, and I was 18, so it was a little bit. Nothing happened. Yeah, that would have been illegal.
You really scared the shit out of me there. I didn't know where you was going with that. I thought we'd have to do a big old edit. Oh, mate, God.
But we just, and I had a girlfriend at the time anyway. But we just, we really hit it off.
Energy's connected and spoke.
Yeah, massively, and then we just kept in touch, and then we ended up getting together 4 years later.
Nice.
And then that was 10 years ago.
Nice. So we've been 19
for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's lovely, man. That's so romantic.
And, you're asking about character stuff. She's had a huge impact on me. I think when we got together, I was a lot more arrogant and a lot more egocentric. And she's just like pretty egoless, really, which was pretty mind-blowing for me. I come from... I come from a family of quite like big egos, and to meet someone who just didn't really feel the need to impress. She's just sort of happy in herself, just radiates just a beautiful energy, and everyone just loves being around her. But she's just not a show off at all.
That's nice.
And she doesn't like obsess about things or worry about things either. Genuinely, she's the most mentally healthy person I've ever met.
And you're a doctor, and that's coming from a doctor. Wow, that's beautiful, man.
And so being around her is so calming and grounding, and it just makes me less of an arsehole, I think.
Nice. Maddie, we thank you, Maddie. You're amazing, Maddie. Well done.
Or a musician? Or
she's a cello. She's a cello player. Yeah.
She dropped his cello.
And
no. What was it? You're not allowed to play cello no more.
No, I don't get to play it anymore. Don't get to play it. And the other thing that I think's had a big influence on me, as well as just having the opportunity to do medicine, meet lots of people, and develop my singing and learn all about myself that way, is Buddhism. It got more.
Namhira Kuncho, is that right?
Oh yeah, I don't actually know that one, but I know what you mean. Yeah, that's like a mantra, isn't it?
Yes, the mantra.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Nam Yoho.
Nam Yoho, yeah.
Nam Yoho Reggae Kyo.
There you go. I got my beats right here.
Have you?
Yeah, I got my beats here, man.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I believe in all different kind of things, but I'm gonna let you finish what you're saying. So
just getting interested in that just opened up meditation to me. And it's something that I'd sort of been dabbling with, like a bit here and there, and I was doing it for a bit. And then just over the years, I've just started to notice that, I'll be feeling anxious and stressed out and worrying about the future and career stuff and all sorts of things, and getting a bit down. And then I'd sort of remember, like, oh yeah, actually, meditation made me feel a lot better, and I'll sort of do it for a bit. Then I'll feel great, and then I'll be like, oh, I don't need that meditation anymore. Everything's great. Then I'll drop it. A month later, feel quite shit again, and then remember again, and now there have just been so many cycles like that, and now I'm managing to do it most days.
Good.
And man, I really notice it. If I'll just do 10-15 minutes in the morning, and just the whole day is just manageable. Do you know what I mean? I don't throw my toys out the pram.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Oh, give me.
I don't have a massive tantrum or anything. I don't get really wound up or stressed out.
Little
things will come along that might irritate me a bit, but I'll just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just floats away. Yeah. Whereas like on the days that I don't meditate, that little irritating thing will come along and I'll just be like,
Get you. We spoke
Again,
about that stuff
I'm
a
just
lot.
like, every day, this is typical, and then I start, and then this whole kind of like narrative
You
starts.
get drawn out. We call it get drawn out.
You know, and I can just spend like hours just kind of getting really wound up about something.
Yeah, you're only human.
Yeah, but I've got like meditation helps me to just let things go.
Nice.
And it's has a big and the other thing I think it helps you do is become more self-aware. So when you come up against those sorts of barriers, when you start to realize things like, actually, you know what, me maybe being a bit too much or behaving a bit arrogantly actually like pushes some people away. You know, you start to pick up on the fact that, you know, such certain people might be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, it makes you more empathetic. It makes you more. So yeah, I think basically the combination of Maddie and meditation has been very good for me. Made me less of an egomaniac and probably a nicer person to be around.
It don't come in a chocolate bag. Alex like Eminem. Eminem works for him, you know what I mean? Maddie and meditation. Come on, that's a lovely combination. Meditation.
Put it together.
Meditation. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about when you said there was a time because of this thing that's affected everybody all over the world where you had to stop your passion and go back to your foundation, basically, which was very lucky that you had the foundation to go back to, really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I bet you thank your lucky stars then that you stayed in and finished it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was that like? How did that affect you as well? When you talk about meditation, how did that affect you? How was it coming back into that? How has it felt like the transition going? Like, just talk to me about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty wild time, wasn't it, at the beginning? You know, as it was for everyone.
Of COVID. We're talking about COVID.
The big C.
The big C. And not not C-U-N-T. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I'm sorry.
This guy.
I'm sorry.
Can't take him anywhere.
Oh. If you do have me on mute, go on.
So yeah, obviously when COVID happened, I mean, so I'd just left music college at that point. I'd left like 6 months before. And I'd got off to a dream start, actually. I'd been in like show after show and I was booked up. And I was thinking, oh my God, it's kicking off. It's happening. My opera career is happening. And then COVID happened and like everything was cancelled. Everything that I'd work, you know, 2 years in the future, all written off.
Drops out of it.
Yeah, and because the industry just stopped, you know, it's completely stopped, obviously. And then, yeah, well, obviously I sort of thought, well, I've got to go back to A&E. I mean, well, to earn money and also, you know, just to be useful. I mean, I didn't want to just be sitting at home when there was this pandemic going on.
But the fact that you didn't do the specialist training when you left, did that have an impact on your return?
Not really, because they were so desperate. So I could come back and work at the level I was working before, just as a junior doctor in A&E.
Okay.
And I went back to doing that, and yeah, obviously, I mean, it was great. I mean, I went back to working at Newham, and as we've said, amazing place to work. Yeah. And it was great to feel useful. And then, obviously, the whole nation was like behind people working in hospitals at that time, which was cool. And then I got my viral video.
Yeah, come on.
A week later.
Come on, that must have been lovely.
It was so weird.
Give me a little run through on just a couple moments before you made the video.
Yeah. So I didn't even make the video. I mean, I was just in A&E on a shift, and you know, if you're new on a shift and people don't know you, they say like, "Oh, where do you work normally?" I was like, "Oh, well, actually, normally I work as an opera singer," and they were like, "Come on, you serious?" And they were like, "Obviously," and then obviously they were like, "Go on, prove it." Yeah, go on. And I was like, "Well, I can't. I've got one of those sealed masks on." And I couldn't take it off, and they were just like, "Well, just sing something anyway." So I sang a bit of Nathan Dawn where someone got on their phone, and then posted it on Twitter. And I didn't really think anything of it. And then I got home and Maddie was just like, "Oh, you're Twitter famous. You've had 50,000 views on your thing in the last hour."
In an hour, you know, can you imagine?
And obviously it was because everyone was sitting at home bored out of their minds and there was nothing on the news except COVID stuff.
No.
And, you know, everybody was desperate for a news story.
Yeah,
so it got picked up.
It was good because you got a good voice. Because if I turn something on, you have to take credit where credit's due. All of that is in there as well.
Yeah.
But then if I hear what we've heard here, back of my neck, I'm going to watch it to the end. And he's a doctor, and he looks like that, and he's got a good attitude. That's why, brother. It's not just one thing. Everyone was at home, but the people at home watching shit and they turn it over. Boop, boop. Do you know what I mean? So credit where credit's due.
But but yeah, for whatever reason, it got picked up by all the news channels like in the whole world. So I was just, you know,
in the whole world.
I got interviewed on CNN. I got interviewed on Australia.
Wow.
Channel 7.
Wow,
got
that's
interviewed
big,
on
man.
Korean radio.
So wait, so you see,
it was nuts.
Alex,
It was so weird, and it was all from
interviewed.
the comfort of my own home. You know, I didn't go to any studios. I was just like on my webcam, just
Wow.
like chatting to Lorraine. It was really fun. It was really fun.
Look at this guy.
I mean, my gran obviously absolutely loved it. You know, like, which is the main thing. But yeah, it was weird and it was fun. And then I started getting all these kind of like TV offers piling in, and but then, you know, after like a couple of months when no one was interested anymore, obviously they just evaporated.
Yeah. So you didn't capitalize on none of them.
Not really. I mean, they asked me to do Britain's Got Talent at that point, and I was thinking, I decided I was going to do it because I was just like, yeah, whatever, I'm just going to ride this wave. But then it got cancelled.
Of course.
And it was an interesting little snapshot into what that world is like. I mean, obviously it was just like a tiny, on a very like small scale, but it's quite weird. Like, you get called up by all these kind of TV producers. They're like, oh, we'd love to have you on the show. Yeah, it'd be amazing. And then like literally 5 minutes before, they're just like, oh no, sorry, you're cut.
Wankers. Wankers. He's like, you're hot,
like
you're cold.
Another news story's come in or whatever. Yeah, exactly. And like so many, loads of game shows, all sorts of mad things.
Have you got anything out there like on Spotify's and things like that?
I've got some videos. I've got some videos on YouTube that you can check out. Yeah. But yeah, it was an interesting little like sort of 5 minutes of fame, and what I enjoyed was that I was just getting to sing for millions of people, you know, and I was reaching so many people, and I was getting all these crazy messages from people, you know, in Argentina and stuff, just saying thank you so much. You just, you know, you gave me 2 minutes of kind of peace. You know, you made me feel better for a few, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, how weird and incredible is that? Yeah. But the kind of, the sort of like, I don't know, the weird sort of like hype thing of it, I wasn't that into.
Yeah, I don't like all that stuff. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
It's just a weird. You just realise how superficial it is. You know what I mean? Like, you know, 1 minute you're kind of interesting, and then the next minute you're not, and no one's really interested in you. They're just interested in like how much clickbait they can like generate. Do you know what I mean?
What's ever happened on the thing, or it's just the superficial stuff. It's like the gossipy kind of
thing.
I'm certain. Yeah and no, because it's like, again, like, goes back to what I was saying. If it's not talent or it's not funny, it's sad that people like to either laugh at people usually, more than they would like to respect your talent. So when they actually got the way to respect your talent, believe it's undeniable. Do you know what I mean? Because it's usually, if you was, you know, like even those shows like X Factor and Britain's Got Talent, they're filled with people that haven't got talent. You know, like a big part of them is the people that haven't got talent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's also brings the views. Yeah. But one thing I'll say, when you go viral off actual talent, I believe personally, it's because the talent is undeniable. Do you know what I'm saying? But because most things that go viral are just either someone being embarrassed or someone being laughed at, or do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Something being kind of funny. Yeah. I know what you mean. No, it wasn't that side of it so much. Like the actual legit connection with real people, I was into, but it was just the sort of media side of it. I know, you just feel it's such a big machine, and you know they just don't give a shit about you. I mean, obviously they don't. You know, they're just like, how can we use you to get views or whatever.
I was here before, and I was willing to do this before, but now because I'm doing this now, you want to use that for that. What happens tomorrow? You know, that's what you're saying. What happens tomorrow and the next day? They're not interested unless there's something.
And the thing that I wasn't
off of you, or
the thing that I wasn't, like, certain people were saying to me, oh, this is, you know, you need to make the most of this. You need to like keep this keep this ball rolling somehow. And I just thought, like, I'm not interested in that. You know, I'm not interested in, because, you know, how do people like keep themselves in the news? It's like by being controversial or just saying stupid shit on Twitter. You know, trying to get attention.
But you wouldn't do. I know you're not kind of, because you're a doctor as well. You're not going to be doing regular videos in the hospital, because that's what you know. Like, you got that dentist guy that, I don't know if he sings or he raps, but he's like a dentist and he does his little.
I don't know who that is. I don't know.
You probably search him up when you got time. He's a dentist, but he raps and stuff. And, you know what I'm saying? He makes remix songs and stuff like that. And he does it a lot in his area of work. So like, believe it or not, I know that they would have loved to see him in the hospital singing more. Anyway, they would love to see you singing anyway more, but the whole theme of the hospital and the doctor singing in the hospital, but you wouldn't your character, the kind of person you are, that's going to be way too corny for you to do all the time.
But it's like you're in the hospital to save lives, not to sing.
Do you understand?
You know what I'm saying? So if every 5 minutes you're singing in the hospital, I'll be like, what, is he fucking working or is he singing? You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
Like, for it, though.
It's going to be, then it becomes like what these people are doing, and I'm not, everyone do what you're doing, but they're begging for this stuff.
That's what I mean.
Like, you're not begging, I'm not begging.
Got that character.
Yeah, he's not begging for this.
Even if someone asked him to do, come on, you ready for this week's one? That would make him cringe even more.
Yeah,
you know, like,
it's not that.
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I mean, as you're saying, like, I'm not judging anyone who's like trying to make a career, trying to get their stuff out there. Yeah, that's totally
trying
fine.
to use that particular vehicle.
Exactly. Whatever, if it's a means to an end, like, you know, it's tough to make it in like any sort of creative career, and you got to do what you got to do. But I just, I don't know. I haven't had a little taste of it. I mean, like, I love to sing. I love to sing for anyone, and there's a lot of different music I enjoy singing, but it's just got to feel right. I think it's just got to feel right for me. It's got to be me doing it in a way that is how I want to do it.
You create options for yourself, though. Do you get what I'm saying?
I tell you what. What's that?
You've created options for yourself.
I tell you what.
And because you've created options for yourself, you're not desperate. Do you know what I mean? That's what.
It has to feel right. I forgot. That's what I'm gonna say. You said all right. There was one time I used to work at a lap dancing club. Sorry, I used to work at a lap dancing club, and one night I decided to strip for the girls in the lap dancing club. Worst decision I ever made. Worst thing I could have ever done. I should have just stayed being the security guard that they thought looked sexy in his clothes. They wouldn't have minded seeing my clothes. There's certain things you're not supposed to do. Do you know what I mean? You're just not supposed to do within certain characters. So, so it's like,
what happened, Nayo? What happened?
Are you saying there's a line, right?
It's a line. So what happened?
And you crossed it.
Yeah. No, but it's just a line where if you've got certain things in your repertoire, you don't need to do certain things for the accolades, which is what we're saying. It wasn't me. Yeah. Even though I'm a man and I find women attractive and sexy, I didn't need to go that far.
What made you regret it, though? That's what I'm asking you.
Oh, sorry?
What made you regret it?
What made me regret it?
Yeah.
Mate, do you know, right, that for everything that's said and done and everything, and the cliche of them being the weaker sex, women are ferocious. They're ferocious, and they got this pack mentality. When they get together, bro, forget about it. I'll take a room full of men any day. I'll take them. I can kind of like thing. Women. Ross Clark, listen, they had me on the stage and I was dancing to Purple Rain. I was thinking Purple Rain, long song, Purple Rain. Because the DJs put whatever on, right? So I was a little bit tipsy, so I'm sorry to digress, Alex. But I was giving it what I thought I could give it. I was 25, I think I was. Yeah. So when I got down to my underpants now, I'm still waiting. They're throwing money. I made about £400 in a couple of minutes. Yeah. But they was like, off, get it off. Hold tight. I was holding my underpants like this, while the one person was pulling this side, one pulling this side. So I was fighting to keep my underpants off, one then fighting to pull him off, and I was like,
I didn't want to go that far.
So violent. I don't want to go that far. I want to go home. I wish I could be home right now. No. It was just so on top.
I said no.
But it's just we don't need to go down that road to sell ourselves. There's enough things. I'm not talking about that.
The
moral of the story is with all this, I think with all this internet stuff and all that, people are selling their souls, selling their souls or showing their arse or going further than they really want to. Yeah. And when they get there, and you've got this all based upon the Rome, the mob. Yeah. If the mob don't like you, you're fucked. And then everything's crashed. You can't live your life like that because then that's not life. And when you've got a deeper understanding like you do, or I believe I do, and I believe certain other people do, that is no longer attractive to you. Or it isn't attractive to you in any way, shape or form, because you know what you want and what you don't want. You can see that thing for what it is. So though, I like performing, I love talking to people, you like singing, it can't be on that level where it's almost like you'll be getting rotten tomatoes thrown at you if you just miss one note. But it's not for you to say that. That one note might be the thing that stops someone from killing themselves in a certain country. Like you said, that person had 2 minutes of the thing that helped them. Do you know what I mean? So what right has anyone got to say whether you're good, bad, whatever? If you don't like it, fine. But I can't base everything upon whether I get 20,000 people think it's all right or 30,000 people think it's all right. Because when I die, I'm not gonna die alone. No, sorry, Jake. I'm gonna die alone. And every nuance or every thing I enjoy and excitement I enjoy is with people like you're coming into my life now. Like you ain't going nowhere. We're gonna have you around because of what you sing. You're in my life. You're in my life. I want to enjoy it with my people. So the people on the net who click in and I don't care about y'all. If you enjoy it, enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can't base things on that.
No,
and so that's what I think. We base things more on the whole collective. So when you told the story about going to the village and the cousin coming over and saying the thing, beautiful. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear.
See, classical music is, that's what I was going to say. Classical music is totally different to pop music as well. And how it's appreciated, how you get booked for events, all of that kind of stuff. It's totally different. Like it's a respected genre, should I say the least. It's like they will be asking you to do pop music things for someone that's an opera singer, and even that can tarnish your career.
if you go down the viral thing, you mean?
Yeah, if you're trying to chase this viral thing, that's like more for someone that wants to go pop. Do you know what I'm saying? Like just be in the charts for a sec.
I think you're just selling your soul to the devil if you go.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
You're gonna have
There's
to do.
levels, because even like you said, it's got 10 years studying. Like some of these guys don't go 10 years studying. Do you understand what I'm saying? To sing.
To go do up. Fuck off.
Bag of auto tune. So
sorry.
It's just the kind of events that he'll get booked for, prestigious events, all those kind of different things. So it's like, it's a different world.
Man, yeah, you're right. It's a really interesting balance actually, because like, and I think anyone who's trying to make it as a creative, you got to find this balance between you doing what's fulfilling for you,
exactly,
and you doing what other people actually care about, and finding that and also sometimes doing what you have to do just to get some attention, so that people actually hear about you. And it's not an easy balance to strike, and it's something that I'm still really working at,
of course.
But I think I'm just trying to follow my instincts and just sort of think like, I mean, there's a lot of different stuff I'm interested in, and I'm very interested in like, a lot of different genres, and some of the work that I've enjoyed the most actually has been collaborating with some pop artists.
Yeah.
When they're just like, we just want some opera vocals on this because it'll sound epic. And that I love doing stuff like that. It's interesting. It's like crossing genres and stuff. But it's just a matter of, I guess I don't want to cheapen what I do. I don't want to do something that I don't believe in.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll get clicks or whatever. And equally, I don't want to get obsessed with playing the sort of media game, when actually what I really care about is connecting with people, And I mean, for me, the best thing is live. That's what's been so tough over the last couple of years. That it's all very well singing into a mic, and singing for people on the internet, and it's nice, but there is nothing like singing live for people, in the room. As I was saying, you feel the vibrations of it. And I'm getting the feedback from the audience as well. It's this exchange. It's the same with it's like a conversation.
I get it.
That's what life's all about.
Yeah. Remember, Life Talks podcast. I am Fawole. Alex Alderan on the show today. That's what life's all about. There was sorry, I was taking the pun. What did they say? Like, watch, subscribe. I've never said that on this show. I never said that. No, because we're not begging for you to like, watch, or subscribe. Just enjoy.
The content speaks for itself.
Enjoy. Take something away from it.
Do what feels right. If that happens to be liking and subscribing, then that's
exactly.
That's
no,
just
seriously.
a happy coincidence.
Seriously, and note that I won't be saying that on my show. I thought this is the first time and the last time I'm telling you. That comes up, telling you. We love life. We love everyone out there. We love
ourselves. You're too classy for that, man.
you know. When you're good, you're good.
Quality speaks for itself.
No, you're kidding me. You blush. If I was white, I'd be blushing, but I'll tell you what. Fuck you, no way. You just stroke my ego, brother.
Anytime, mate. Anytime.
Cheers. Okay. We spoke about institution that is established, that I had the privilege of working at, that you're gonna have the privilege of working at one day soon. The Glyndebourne Opera House.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to work at this place. It's such a renowned institution in this side of like Europe and all that. It's in Europe, but Wales and like Spain, Italy. In London, Glyndebourne Opera House put things on a map. Do you understand? I didn't know how lucky I was to work there.
Yeah, it's a special place.
Very special place. Yeah. I had the privilege to work on the Fledermaus and Fidelio. These are two operas.
Yeah.
And just going into that world and being in front of a live orchestra, the whole thing.
What was you doing?
I was an actor. I was part of the ensemble. So I played in The Flay the Mouse. I think I played the butler to a philanthropist.
Just sing.
No. I acted. I was acting.
Yeah.
Basically, I was just acting. I was like, because they at Glyndebourne is predominantly.
Couple lower.
Absolutely not, sir.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. They have one or two actors in their whole thing, and the rest is all like opera singers.
Wow,
so they have the chorus,
Yeah.
and then they got the leads. Like there was like Sir Alan Opie was there. There was some big fucking names. There was a person who sung the national anthem for the German whatever they flew. Ursula von something. I can't remember. Like all the people I worked with, amazing. I've got all the names at home. Yeah. Amazing. Never had no business talking to a young black boy from the inner city, but I was lucky enough to be there and to listen and hear all that stuff and to be in that institution and just it was just such a beautiful thing and it was so educational. It was just they've got everything there as well. You won't believe it. Like this is how good it is. They've got the theatre. They've got their own wardrobe place that they make all their own clothes. They've got 2 restaurants. They've got their own pub. They've got their own recreation area. They've got the dressing rooms. If you need someone to stay, I think there's somewhere I'm not sure if they've got a residence. That I'm not sure, but they've got all the other stuff in house. They've got the rehearsal studios all in house. You don't have to come off the campus to do anything. People were coming to watch the opera in helicopters, landing in helicopters. Margaret Thatcher came when I was there. Don't know if she's still alive. She's dead. Like, rest her soul. You know what I mean? God bless her. She's done a lot of good stuff for the country. Whether anyone likes her or not, don't care. Yeah. It was amazing there. And Alex wants to work there. And if you know about it, it's just amazing. And let's talk about Glyndebourne.
Well, you know, it's funny you should mention Glyndebourne actually, because they literally rejected me like a week ago.
Seriously?
Yeah.
They're lost.
I couldn't believe it.
They're lost. Now
Glyndebourne. Yeah. I did like the best audition of my life.
Yeah.
They practically gave me a standing ovation. They were like, their seats, you know, just like.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I've got it.
Yeah.
Just heard nothing for 2 months. Then just got this generic rejection email. Yeah. But that is. I mean, that is a fact of life, trying to make it as an opera singer. It's a bit like being an actor. You know, you do a lot of auditions, get a lot of rejections. Yeah. And it's character building.
But you will get in there.
It's hard.
Do you write your own songs?
Do I write my own songs? No, but I would like to. Yeah, my girlfriend, Maddie's been writing her own music. And we were going to do an album together over lockdown, but we were just too depressed.
So your idol role and going back to the Glyndebourne thing. Yeah, it's fine to have the audition and not get in there, which you know already. Yeah, and because my understanding of the opera community and the musical community within the classical music, because there was ballet dance, there was everything there. Ballet dancers, opera singers, conductors, everything. I learned a lot there at the time. It's about timing. So remember you said about your season there, so you'll go back, but you're on. If they give you a standing ovation, you're on the map, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I hope so. I mean, the auditions are mad things, you know, and you know, there can be any number of reasons that just have nothing to do with you why you don't get a certain thing. You know, maybe they weren't taking any tenors this year. Maybe they just didn't like me. That's fine. You know, it's a subjective thing. And that's totally fine. I'd love to work there one day, and hopefully they will come to their senses and hire me soon.
You will. Maybe you're overqualified. You know, sometimes when they hear your voice, they maybe think
for the particular role that was
exactly
for.
Jay. I was just too good. Yeah. They were like this guy. Like we can't even deal with him. Yeah. He'll steal the show.
He'll steal the show. And they're going to take him away from us.
How hard is it for you to be? You're a tenor.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
How does it go? What's the thing in opera? Because for people at home who don't know, and I'm not really well versed.
Yeah. So the lowest voice is the bass.
The bass,
super bass. Yeah, real low. And then you got above that you got the baritone, which probably that's like what most men are. It's like the sort of average middle range voice. Yeah. The bass characters, they tend to be old men generally in operas. They're sort of like the big father or whatever. Baritones, they're often the bad guy. Yeah. So that'll be like, you know, the devil or someone. Yeah. And then you get to my characters, the tenors, and they tend to be the heroes. Yeah, they tend to be idiots. I mean, they tend to be sort of emotionally unstable. You know, like Romeo and Juliet, and in Romeo and Juliet, that kind of character. You know, like the young love-struck idiot often dies. Whatever.
Would you ever like to say, "Here I come to save the day"? That's so corny. I'm sorry.
I mean, I sing stuff like versions of that all the time.
That, please?
What, like
In
literally
opera,
that?
yeah.
Here I come to save the day.
Amazing. I love that. No, it was so much better than my one. It was good. It was much better than my one. Yeah, Alex.
I liked yours, mate. I liked yours.
Go on.
And then you get these guys that sing really high, called like countertenors. They're singing
Ale Joneses.
singing their falsetto. Yeah, exactly.
Ale Joneses.
Exactly. There's
Yeah,
some of that.
you know what I mean by that, right?
Bulls.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Mate, you've got a gift.
Yeah.
Wasted.
Yeah,
But yeah, so then there's that, and then for the women you have altos, which is like
Altos.
hello women, who are like, they tend to be the older ladies, and then you get the mezzo sopranos. They're often a bit sexy, like Carmen. Do you know Carmen?
Carmen, yeah, I know the opera Carmen.
Yeah. She's like this incredibly sexy character. She's a mezzo,
Yeah.
and then sopranos, which tend to be like, normally they're the love interest of the tenor. They normally die. You know, maybe it's TB, maybe they kill themselves, maybe they go mad and jump off a cliff or something. That it's like quite a lot of operas. Quite a lot of operas deal with like high emotions, you know, so they're pretty extreme situations sometimes, and that's the kind of stereotype. And so that's all the voice categories. But I'm the tenor, you know, like Pavarotti. Everyone loves a tenor.
Yeah.
But it definitely is the highest. I mean, people might dispute this, but I think it's often the highest pressure role, the highest pressure kind of voice.
Yeah.
And that's because you sing really high, like for a man, and you sing with this kind of very like full voiced sound, like right up to a high C.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of training, not straining, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a high wire act, you know. Everyone's watching, being like, has he got it? Is he going to hit it? Is he gonna hit the blank note? And when it comes off, it's thrilling, you know. Everyone's just like, wow.
Like a Whitney, sorry, no, it's not the same, but like Whitney Houston, you see some high bloody notes.
Yeah.
Some high notes.
Well, mate,
like,
I mean,
whoa.
she is a singer that I really admire. I mean, one of the
Her
greats.
voice was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But when you hear
so
certain people, proper singers, you know.
So beautiful.
Florence and the Machine.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
A fusion. I feel like that's.
Is that opera?
She's kind of like, she's a singer, but she's kind of like fused. For me, I felt like she fused opera with pop music.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the only one that I could point out.
She's got an interesting sound.
She's got
definitely.
an interesting sound. Where
I mean, to be honest, I mean, like, in the people in pop that I identify with most are the ones that are sort of gospel.
Yeah.
That their roots are in gospel, because actually that is a lot like
opera.
Like, it's a lot like how tenors sing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like from the chest.
Yeah.
And it's powerful.
Emotional. Like
and it's emotional. Yeah. And so, I mean, a lot of my favourite singers are gospel, from gospel backgrounds, like Whitney.
Whitney's fucking amazing.
Incredible.
So, what I want to ask you, in wrapping up, because you know the time we've both got, you know we've got time constraint. I'm going to ask you to hit that high C note before you go. You shouldn't have mentioned it. You shouldn't have mentioned it. Yeah, when I see that voice behind the camera. Have you got any other questions you want to ask? You've got a tiny little bit of time, and then if you've got anything else you want to talk about now as well, then I want you to hit the high C note.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So we go with you first.
Any more
It's been
questions?
flowing quite nice today.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh,
No questions.
mate, it's been such a pleasure.
Flowing.
Oh, you're
You know what I
good.
mean? I feel like we've been having a conversation, not questions.
Yeah. Please.
Is there any dance related to
Dance?
opera? Is it ballet?
Yeah,
Ballet.
well, so quite often, they will have dancers in the shows. Sometimes they make the singers dance, and it doesn't go well. No, it's like, you know, we do. I've got some very basic dance training, and I really enjoy it. And actually, increasingly, like, directors trying to get us to do big dance numbers. Yeah, and it's really fun. I mean, I love it. But yeah, generally, if there's anything really taxing with dance, they get the professionals in. It's not like musical theatre where basically everyone's expected to be a proper singer and a proper dancer and a proper actor.
Yeah, be all rounded, isn't it? Full rounded.
It's maybe going more in that direction now. Because I mean, back in the day, you know, even like 30 years ago, you used to just be able to be a sort of unit who just stood in the middle of the stage and sang, you know, like Pavarotti.
Yeah.
Big guy, didn't move around very much.
Yeah.
Didn't need to.
Yeah.
But I mean, these days they like people to look more believably like the character often. I guess just, you know, people have expectations from watching film and stuff. You know, they want to they want the singer to look like the character, basically, and they want you to be able to move on stage and kind of look good and look natural and that. So that's the way it's kind of
They
going.
want it all now, don't they?
They bloody want it all.
Yeah, mate.
I'll tell you, it's not easy, but yeah, I enjoy that. I think it's a really actually, because the ideal, I think, is that you should put all that together, and they should watch you and just be like, yeah, I totally believe this guy's the character. He looks, seems like he's acting normally, and like it's all totally believable, and the singing is all just part of that. It's all just kind of.
What's the word again? It should be effort. I can't say it.
Effortless.
Thank you. I can't. One of them words just get stuck in my throat. Bother trying to say it.
Yeah.
Alex Alderan, it's been a pleasure having you today. I've learned a lot about you.
Pleasure is all mine, mate. I assure you.
Thank you so much. And I want to get you back to do some other stuff. But if there's all I want from you now, before we wrap up the show, is for you to gradually get up to that high C note and let me hear how that sounds. That's all I ask of you, then I want to wrap up after that. So it's in your own time. It's like Alex Alderan. And I'm giving you a knighthood as well. I said, Sir Alex Alderan.
Pick a phrase.
Go ahead.
I might have to stand up.
You do your thing, pick up the mic if you want, whatever you want to do. Oh, one more thing, so you get ready. This is the first show that I've actually had the wizard ask a question.
Yeah.
I like that. Sign on new things. When you're ready, Alex.
Oh man, which high C am I going to go for?
You choose.
There's so many to choose from.
Choose. What time? Wait. Have you got a gospel rendition that you like as well, or you don't do that? You said it, yeah.
Yes.
Give me the gospel rendition first, whichever way you want to do it. Give me both of them.
So this is a song that has been sung by a lot of beautiful gospel singers. You'll Never Walk Alone.
Come on.
Do I have to do it in a gospel style?
You sing it however you want to sing it, buddy. However you want to sing it.
I'll do something in between.
It's your voice. Come on, you do it. That's what we want.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky, and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry. Got excited, sorry. You'll never walk alone. Yeah, I like that.
Song.
Me too. So this is the way you sung it. So
Liverpool fans at the gate.
Yeah. Let's get the high C note and then we wrap up the show, my man.
You want the high C, right?
So Alex Alderan, come on, my G.
Which one am I going to go for?
God bless you, Eminem.
This is actually quite a difficult one, but I'm going to do it.
Do it.
I'm just going to do it.
Do it. You got
right.
this.
This is from the aria from La Boheme. It's like my dream role.
La Boheme?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what your dream role was as well.
Manino is the aria. It means your tiny hand is frozen. It's a beautiful little piece. And yeah, in this, when he's singing the high C, he's saying... he's basically a poet, and he's lives in this shitty little attic in Paris, and it's all freezing. And this beautiful girl comes in, asking if she can borrow a match, and then he's kind of chatting her up, and he says, "Oh, you know what? When you came in, you completely blew my mind and knocked me off track, and I've forgotten all of my beautiful metaphors and all my images, and I can't write anymore. But you've replaced that with something even better, with hope."
Easy.
Yeah.
Bars.
And that's what he sings on the high C is the Speranza.
Speranza.
Yeah.
Hope.
La Speranza.
La
yeah.
Speranza.
Okay. Maybe I'll go into it actually.
Do your thing.
Tutti i gioielli, due ladri gli occhi belli. Vendrar con voi pur ora ed i miei sogni usati ed i bei sogni miei tosto sedi leguar ma il furto non m'ancora. Here we go. I'm done to see yet. Poiché va predostanza la speranza. That's it.
Bam! Oh my goodness! Fucking hell, bro. You see the difference in the thing when it just said, and it was
I get emotional. Yeah.
I never come around the table for anybody.
Oh, you gonna make me cry,
My man.
Thank you.
Come on, Alex, man. Come on. That was the live talks with Alex Alderan, the voice behind the camera, and the wizard, me, Fawole. I'm lost for words now, man. That was fucking amazing. She's my
thank you.
friends. No, thank you so much for coming.
Mate, thank you.
The energy I've received today, God bless you, everyone you love, your family. God bless everyone at home, everyone you love, your family, all my people here. You've left me with food for thought and like stuff to just feed my soul as well. Can't wait to watch this episode live. Thank you, man. Give me some.
Mate, it's the first thing of many, mate.
Yes,
You're not getting away.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, please. I like that. We'll have you back, man.
More of this. I want to hear some of this poetry.
Come on. Yeah, I'll get you. Definitely.
You know, should collab.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Collab, do some
do it.
poetry.
Yeah. Sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds really good. We
Mate,
could do
that
that.
is very doable. We should do that.
Yeah? Cool. Let's do that, man.
Yeah.
Make
Cool.
a short movie out of it. You know what I mean?
Love that.
Exciting.
Love that. Check that. We cut that.